Hey, what is up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a video comparing the old LED lens of P7 with the brand new LED lens of P7.2. First off, I'm going to start by saying some specs on the new LED lens of P7.2. With brightness levels, so boost is 320 lumens, and that's just by holding down the button, just like that. So once you click it on, it goes on to medium. So that is boost, 320 lumens. Click on, then you have 250 lumens, and then click one more time, and then you have low, which is 40 lumens. The run times for boost is 2 hours on boost, 4 hours on medium, and 50 hours on low. So run times aren't that bad. That's actually pretty decent. With the old lens P7, that was a 200 lumen flashlight, so there's a bit of a bump up to the lens of P7.2. If you ask me what flashlight I would choose, I would have to say the LED lens of P7. It just feels a lot nicer in the hands than what the LED lens of P7 does. This one's more gloss, and that one's more of a matte finish on it, as you can tell. So I'm going to go around the torch with you, and I'll show you the comparison against the LED lens of P7. Okay, so first main thing with this that's actually really noticeable is the lens sizes. Now I will try and zoom right up to show you as best as I can the lens. Let me do this. So there you can see the lens. The lens is it's a pretty big lens. And then that's the old one. So you can see that the old one has much more of a bigger border than what the new one does. The new one's a pretty thin border around the outside. This one just feels like a hunk of metal, or aluminium in this case. These are both aircraft grade aluminium. They haven't changed the aluminium, they're both still the same. It's just the paint that's a different color and texture. So you can also see, let me zoom out. You can see here, they're black, and those little dots there for ventilation is red. So with all the 0.2 series that LED lenses now came out with, they all are red and matte black. As with the old ones, they were just standard black. So while I'm there, I'll show you the buttons. You can see here the buttons are much different. With the LED lens of P7, I thought that was kind of annoying sometimes when I go to use my thumb to turn on the flashlight. Sometimes it didn't fully click the switch, but as with the LED lens of P7.2, they've upgraded it, and it's a much bigger switch now, so that makes it a lot more easier to operate using one hand. I go mountain biking a lot, and it makes it so much easier having a bigger button. Definitely better with the bigger button. The smaller one, yeah, like I was saying, it's just more difficult to click on. If you use the tip of your finger, you can do it. You can do it very easy, and it'll turn on. But just to make it more easier, they just made a bigger button, and to me that's a thumbs up to LED Lenser for doing that, because that was one thing that actually was annoying me with the old one. So with the branding, just looks like that. Now let me just turn down my lighting a bit. So not much difference in the logos, just that the new one has a bigger serial number on it, and then the smaller one, the older one has a smaller logo. So height differences, when it's like this, there is no height difference. They're both pretty much identical, but when you take apart the battery compartment, which I'll do now, and I'll show you what I mean. It's a slightly different size. I'm just trying to unscrew this one here, it's a bit tight. Okay, so here, that's a lead lens of P7.2. Just got to try and keep it focused in. Okay, and they both run off of 4 AAAs, so that's another good thing as well. As with some other lights, like say this Night Core, that runs on like a weird 18650 battery, and they're kind of difficult to find. You can't just go to your local shopping center and pick up some batteries with those ones, so that's a bit another thing to think of with one of these flashlights. Beans how you can get these batteries more, because they're more available around, which is a big thing. If you're camping and you run out of battery power, then it's no big deal. Just go find like a local service station if you have one around you, and they'll more than likely be carrying these batteries. They're just everywhere. Okay, so height difference is a bit bigger comparing it like that, but when you do this, you can see that the old one is a bit shorter. Now these both have the extending focus lens, and they are both all the way down, so that one here is not much, but like a little bit shorter than the newer ones. But like I was saying before, when the battery tubes are both in, they are both the same size. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. Like, there's so much of a difference when you take out the battery tube, but when you put it back, there's not that much of a difference. This one is more of a neutral white, and the newer one is more of a cool white. There should be other videos around the internet comparing like neutral and cool white lights. That may be a big deal if you're picky about like how a light would look when you shine it on an object. If with a neutral light, it will look more of a natural light, say like the sun, and this one here is a cool white, so everything may look a bit more white with a bluish tinge to it. I've noticed that. I will be doing a beam test at the end of this video to show you guys as best as I can the beam differences. There is a big difference between them, so yeah, like I was saying, I would definitely prefer the LED than the P7.2. But yeah, that's enough blabbering on for now about the specs and whatnot. So I'll pass you guys on to the next video, and I'll be outside when it's dark, and I'll try and show you guys as best as I can the beam differences. Alright, cheers. Alright, sorry guys, I forgot to mention one more thing before I pass you on to the beam shots outside. I forgot to mention, first off, the paint on this actually does scratch a lot easier to the old model here. The older model I've had for a few years, and that hardly has any scratches, just a few hairline scratches. As with this one, I've already got scratches all around the bezel and stuff. So if you're one of those people that like to keep your torch in mint condition, you should probably choose the LED lens P7 and not the P7.2. But if you don't really care that much, then go with the P7.2. And this one collects a lot more fingerprints, a lot more easier. As you can see, me just doing that, you can see that I've just touched it. And one more thing, is the sheaths. The sheaths that they come with are both pretty much the exact same. The older one has a higher symbol than the newer one. This one here is the newer one. This one here is the older one. So except for the branding here, there is no difference. They're both the exact same sheath. And yeah, just so I should point those few last things out before I take you guys out to the beam shots. Alright, so I'll pass you guys on to the beam shots right now. Alright guys, we're outside now. We're just going to do the comparison against the lead lens of P7 against the lead lens of P7.2. Alright, so you may not see much of a difference between it, because it's kind of hard to tell, but you can tell that there is a difference. So first off, I'm going to start off with, and sorry if my hands are shaking because it is very, very cold out here. It's like 5 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty cold. Anyways, just got to adjust this. So this is the lead lenser P7, as you can see. So that's the P7. Just trying to do a beam shot on the ground. And now this is the P7.2. So as you can tell, the beam is a lot wider. I'll bring back the P7. So that's pretty small circle. Now I'll go back to the P7.2. It's much more wider. It's a very, very smooth circle. It has, and like I was saying before, it has the wider lens on it, and that does actually make a pretty big difference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shine it up into the tree using the focusing. So I'm going to focus it all the way out, and this isn't on boost because I'm not holding it, but it's just on it's on medium at the moment. So I'm going to shine it to the top of this tree, and to give you the best idea, I'll just go around on a few different trees. Just put it on boost, then take it off boost back to medium. I rode my bike down here. I'm just in the middle of a trail in the bush at the moment, just to do this video of the comparison. So as you can see, you can actually see the frost coming from my breath. It's so cold out here. So there's that. Okay, now I'll take out the lead lenser P7.2. And you can already tell that that's much brighter. So that's that bright. You can just see the beam is a lot more, so much more smooth. That's normal lead lenser, and that's the P7.2. Old lead lenser, P7.2. Now, I don't know if I can do this, but in using one hand, but I want to try and shine both of them in the distance at the same time. Sorry guys. Alright, so as you can see, the one on the top is the lead lenser P7.2, and the one on the bottom is a lead lenser P7. So you can see quite a difference in the beam. There you can see it a bit better. So these are maxed out to like the telescopic lens that it has on it. It's out all the way. So there's not a whole big difference between them. Both of these batteries are fully charged. I'm using Energizer rechargeables. But it's a very small difference, but I would still definitely prefer the LED lens of P7.2 just because of the wider beam. And you can't really tell in the video, but it's more of a neutral white on the old one. And then with the newer one, it's more of a cooler white. So the old one's neutral and the other one's more of a cool white. And in person, I can see it much more than what you can in the video. But here we have the LED lens of P7.2 on the left, and on the right is a P7. So I'll zoom back out all the way on both of them. So guys, zoom back out. There's probably the best way to show you the beam size difference. See how large that is? So that one's the P7.2 and there's the P7. So I hope this video helped you guys. I tried as best as I can. If you guys want me to do another video comparing these lights or any other flashlights for that matter, just let me know in the comments, okay? Don't be afraid to comment and be like, oh, maybe you should do this next time, because it does help me out, and I do listen to your comments, any tips. I will give it a shot and see. So yeah, old tips and comments are welcome. I just want to say again, thanks so much to the people that have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm starting to get a lot more subscribers now, so I'm going to keep on putting out more gear reviews and some other random videos as well, just like this one, just like a comparison videos and all that type of good stuff. So yeah, I just want to say thanks so much to the people that have subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe. You can click the link down the bottom corner of the screen. It should be there. And yeah, so yeah, thanks so much guys for watching. Really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it. Cheers guys.